gonna make him an offer again.
Of all the gin joints and all the towns and all the
can't
world.
handle the truth. Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the
Frankly,
war
my dear, I don't give a damn.
This is where the fun begins.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Welcome, everybody, back to Multiplex Movie Melee. I am your host, Payson the Cinemaster Johnson, and we have an exciting title match tonight. We have the Future in their first defense of 2026 going up against Annexation of Puerto Rico, a rematch from last year. A super exciting match as far as I'm concerned. The Future has been on an extremely dominant run. This is they are looking to make their third defense tonight, which would tie the record of defenses. They've only had one loss. They've had an incredible run so far. Annexation also having a very, very good run last year, that being their rookie season. But this year they have really become part of their own beat back to formula in the rematch. Blame Canada again in the rematch. They're kind of on their little revenge tour, and they made their way to the title match. On the desk with me is Kirk. Kirk, how are you feeling about tonight's match?
I'm feeling really good. Yeah, I mean, what the Future did last year speaks for itself. But I think when Annexation of Puerto Rico formed, I think we all assumed that title contention was a given. One player, former Melee Team Champion, former Phantom Team Champion, former Player of the Year. So, I mean, just kind of like a super team coming together who I'm sure are hoping to mimic the Future's success. Maybe didn't have it at the speed that the Future did, obviously, but I think it's definitely a team that can get there. So, two great teams coming in the league last year, slightly different results in how the season went for them. But I'm curious to see how things start out for them tonight.
Absolutely. I say we bring our teams in, starting with our first team tonight, David Nishimoto, Robert Kastner, Annexation of Puerto Rico. Guys, this is your first title match together as a team. You are continuing this little revenge tour that you guys have found yourself on. How are you feeling tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely excited to be here with Robert today. I mean, it's going to be a really, really tough match, but yeah, we worked hard to get here for the first time together. So yeah, we did our work. I think, yeah, we'll see what happens. All I can say.
Yeah, there's a lot made about Blame Canada's revenge tour because they beat a couple teams, but then, we beat back to formula, and we're here trying to sort of crystallize our revenge tour. So that would be nice. Yeah, we played the Future last year. And we kind of blew that game. I think that's the one that sticks in my craw the most of everyone we've played so far. And they've been better, I think, since they played us. But I think we've been better too. So I think this will be an interesting test case to see what happens. I'm going to rely solely on David and his experience here. I have none. I have title experience, but I don't have any this experience. So I'm relying on him. I'm looking forward to having fun. I'm nervous, so I'm drinking one.
Sounds good. I'm going to bring in your opponents tonight. Caleb Coho, Joseph Olivas, the Future. Guys, you guys had one of, as far as I'm concerned, one of the better rookie seasons I think we've seen in a while from a team. This is your third defense in a row, looking to tie that record. How are you feeling coming in tonight?
I feel pretty good. I was telling Joseph and other people, I coming into every match, I always feel really nervous. I have really bad imposter syndrome in championship situations at this point where it's every win's been close, every win's been come from behind. But coming into this one, it's the best I felt. It's the most like a champion I felt. It's the most relaxed I felt. And that's interesting. That means either we're going to do really well or we're going to lose. And we'll find out. But I'm excited to be here. I just love playing with Joseph. So, yeah, this will be fun. I'm excited to play these guys again.
I don't know if I'll ever not be nervous for a title match because of the way that questions are written and because of the deep cut rounds. This is one of those matches where I actually did enjoy both movies that were selected for the deep cut round. So that made it easier. But the nerves for that always build up for me. But, it's good to have a teammate that it keeps me in the good headspace, the proper headspace for playing against opponents that are as intimidating as Robert and David as are on Annexation of Puerto Rico. So we are hoping to repeat history and advance history for ourselves.
I like lists. Put me on a list. I'm in.
Love that. Don't like that. Don't like that out of contest. Classy words, regardless, from our champions. I say we jump right into the match. Kirk, round one is going to work like this. Competitors will receive 8 questions in 8 different categories, each worth 1 point apiece. They will have 15 seconds to write their answer on their board, after which I will say pens down, and they will reveal their answers. Answer all 8 questions right, you will receive a bonus question. Because this is a title match, teams will receive 4 repeats and 1 challenge that they can use throughout the duration of the match. Teams, any questions before we head into round number 1?
Yes. Coho.
Yes.
You or somebody else who edited those promos introductions at every match, where is it where you hear the part that says, "This is where the fun begins"? Because I can't figure out where it's from.
That's from Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, the greatest film of all time.
Okay. Been a while.
Your first question in the category of sports. Also, just a reminder to monitors backstage, please cam off. Appreciate that. Your first question in the category of sports. 8 Men Out centers on a scandal surrounding what baseball team? I need the city I need the city or state and the mascot. Kirk, 8 is my favorite number. Have I ever told you that?
You have not. What's the origin of that? What's the
favorite number to draw? There are 8 questions in round 1. At this point in my age, I kind of have an 8-inch gut. So, yeah.
Oh.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Robert, will go to you.
I thought we were going to get some sort of blue joke. I said Chicago White Sox.
And we will go to Joseph.
One of my favorite first-time watches last year, Chicago White Sox.
We'll go to David.
Chicago White Sox.
We'll go to Coho.
I said the Chicago Cubs.
Chicago White Sox is correct. So Annex taking the 2-1 lead.
All right. Question number 2 coming in the category of biopics. Angela Bassett, Delroy Lindo, and Christopher Plummer have supporting roles in what 90s biopic? Now let's talk Oscars.
Yeah.
I wasn't as high on Sinners as everybody else, but the one Oscar I wanted to see them win was Best Supporting for Delroy Lindo.
Orlando.
Yeah, I mean, that was the hard pick for me. I really wanted to see him pull that off.
He is an absolute charisma machine in that movie. I totally get it. I was rooting for Skarsgård, but I get the Lindo love as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Pens down, David. Joseph, will go to you.
This is a guess. Searching for Bobby Fischer.
We'll go to David.
It's not. I don't think it's right anyway. What's love got to do with it?
We will go to Coho.
Malcolm X.
And we'll go to Robert.
I also said Malcolm X.
Malcolm X is correct. So Coho and Robert hitting that. As we head to your third question in the category of 1980s. In Moonstruck, Ronnie works at what type of location?
Just watched this movie for the first time a couple weeks ago.
What'd you think?
I really liked it.
I do too.
I mean, New York Italian stuff. I'm surprised it took me this long to get to it.
I really like how just sort of over dramatic and like not normal everyone kind of reacts to it.
Yeah,
It's
it's the best possible use of Nick Cage.
Absolutely. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. I'm not sure I'd go that far, but I do really like this movie. David, we'll go to you.
Restaurant.
We'll go to Coho.
I said a diner.
We'll go to Robert.
I said a butcher shop.
And we will go to Joseph.
Also butcher shop.
All incorrect. We were looking for a bakery. A bakery is what we were looking for.
Okay.
Okay, the category of recent releases. In Eddington, Joe decides to run for mayor after he is asked to do what in a grocery store? Now, Payson, in your neck of the woods in Arizona, what are like some of like the niche grocery stores that you have there that we don't have anywhere else in the country?
Ooh, do you guys have Winco's over?
No.
That might be one. It's like an affordable 24/7 grocery store.
Okay.
That's a cool one. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Go.
Nothing gives you flashback like Eddington. Wear a mask.
And we'll go to Robert.
That makes sense. I said mop up a mess.
Go to Joseph,
I switched from take off his mask to put on a mask.
and we will go to David.
I never saw this movie. Lend money.
Yeah, movie takes place in 2020. Put on a Mask is correct. So the future taking the 4-3 lead there. Excellent film, I do say so myself. Your fifth question in the category of actors and actresses. Name 2 of the 4 films that Bill Murray is credited with playing himself. I will give you a little extra time.
Yeah, I haven't seen Eddington yet. Because my thing is, I hate everybody's takes on COVID in 2020 in general. Like, I don't care what side you're on. I just don't want to hear it. Like,
Kirk, this might sound shocking, but hearing that is your take, and I get it, I think you're going to like Eddington even more.
oh, really?
Honestly, yes. Genuinely. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. No spoilers, but Astor kind of has that same feeling that you do.
Okay.
Robert, we'll go to you.
I couldn't think of a second one. I said Zombieland and Rushmore.
Go to Joseph.
I guessed Zombieland and Zoolander,
We will go to
and Bill
David.
Murray's at the top.
Put Zombieland and Celebrity.
And we will go to Coho.
Zombieland and Zombieland double tap.
The acceptable answers were Space Jam, Coffee and Cigarettes, Zombieland, and Zombieland Double Tap. So only Coho will be receiving that point.
My God. Okay. Next question, category of 2010. Who directed The Guest?
Do you host many guests over at your house, Kirk?
I do. My
Nice.
house is kind of the go-to place for family holidays, so for better or worse,
That's fair.
that's where everybody is.
My family's house does. I live in a studio, so don't really do that by myself. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Joseph, we'll go to you.
Adam Wingard?
We'll go to David.
Adam Wingard.
We'll go to Coho.
I think I got the wrong movie. I said Joel Edgerton.
And we will go to Robert.
And I guessed Adam Wingard.
Adam Wingard is correct. So Annexation cutting into the lead a little bit there, making it 6-5. As we head to your penultimate question in the category of animated. What nickname does Bagheera give to Mowgli in 1967's The Jungle Book? This is one of my more personal, nostalgic favorites of like the classic Disney era.
This one, not the live action.
Yeah, I mean, I like the live action, but I don't have many nostalgic memories of that one.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's as far as classic Disney goes, it's pretty solid.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. David, we'll go to you.
Me? Little Cub. I have no idea.
Close. We'll go to Coho.
Man Cub.
We'll go to Robert.
Man Cub.
And we'll go to Joseph.
I switched to Man Child to Man Cub.
Man Cub is correct. So the future once again extending their lead a little there.
All right, and your final question, no perfect rounds in round 1. Scores and soundtracks is your category. What song can be found in The Dare Hunter, Bridget Jones's Diary, and Jersey Boys?
I know you love one of these movies.
I do.
Big Bridget Jones's guy.
Exactly.
I believe you have a tattoo of Bridget Jones on your shoulder.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Getting a little risque there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Coho, we'll go to you.
I guess Oh What a Night.
We will go to Robert.
I said hit the road, Jack.
We'll go to Joseph.
I was trying to write for He's a Jolly Good Fellow.
And we'll go to David.
I also put one a night.
All incorrect. I didn't include 10 things I hate about you because I thought that would make it too easy. The answer is can't take my eyes off of you.
Oh.
So with that, Kirk, I have the score at the future at 8, Annexation at 6. Is that what you have?
that is what I have.
All right, but anything that happens to move into round number 2, also known as the wheel round. Competitors will spin at the wheel, in which case they'll receive 5 questions in whatever category they land on, each worth 2 points apiece. Checked on the multiple choice, it does devalue that question down to 1 point. They don't like what they spin for their first spin. They are allowed to respin, but they must keep whatever they spin on for that second spin. Be on the lookout because stealing is involved in this round. The categories that your competitors can spin tonight are 1999 to 2026 non-franchise Oscar-nominated English language thrillers, which is The Future Strength, the Saw franchise, which is Annexation of Puerto Rico Strength, as well as the general categories of romantic comedies, directors, 1990s, drama, Oscars, sports, and 2010s. Because this is a title match, the champion got to decide whether or not they want a spinner's and opponent's choice on the wheel. The Future elected not to have it on the wheel. The Future, you are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer?
You said our scores are 8-6.
8-6, yes.
Okay.
I would say defer, right, Joe?
Yes.
Go ahead.
All right, Annexation, this will be your first spin.
Wheel of Morality. Turn.
Category of Oscars, would you like to keep that or spin again?
Okay, David, so hear me out. We got it here, so the likelihood of us getting it again is minimal. I hope. Knock on wood. I knocked on it. We obviously want to spin this shit again.
All right. Spinning again, then you must keep whatever you land on for the second spin. And you land on your Strength of the Saw franchise.
Let's see how this goes.
Backstage, Kirk, why don't you give them their question in the category of the Saw franchise?
Okay, Annexation of Puerto Rico. Are you ready for your first question in the Saw franchise?
Yeah, I want to play a game.
Okay. Which Saw film ends with a character saying, "I speak for the dead," and sliding a metal door shut?
That's Jigsaw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fairly certain. Jigsaw, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Question number 2. Who is the only character in the Saw franchise to actually be killed by a reverse bear trap?
Jill Tuck. Jill, final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Yeah.
All right. Your third question. In Spiral, what object is the first... Let me remember. In Spiral, what object is in the first box that Zeke receives at the police station?
I didn't get to this one.
This one I don't remember. Just studied
Okay.
it, but I don't remember, so I probably have to multiple this.
You can do it multiple. Okay.
All right, multiple.
Okay. Your multiple choice options are A, a tongue, B, a USB drive, C, a key, or D, a badge.
The badge or
Between two,
Mm-hmm.
I probably want to hear the options again.
Okay.
Yeah. Can we get a repeat of the options, please?
Sure. Your first repeat of the options. Is it A, tongue, B, USB drive, C, key, or D, badge?
I kind of want to say tongue.
Okay. I was between that or something else. So
Okay. I have a couple ideas, but that's what I'm going to go with, I think.
yeah, go ahead.
Tongue, final answer.
That is incorrect. Future, for the 1 point still, your options are A, tongue, B, USB drive, C, key, or D, badge.
I think it's a badge.
Okay,
If I
that was
remember
my
correctly, because I think it's the thing that leads directly to the testimony that he testified against a cop. I think it's that.
that was my inclination as well. Let's go with it.
Badge, final answer.
That is also incorrect. Correct answer is USB drive.
Yeah, that was
my other one.
Okay.
Ah well.
All right, Annexation, your penultimate question. In Saw 2, as revealed in a flashback, how does John Kramer try to kill himself after he finds out he has cancer?
How does he?
This I didn't look up. I didn't rewatch. So,
How does he?
5.
do you want to repeat? Do you know?
3.
No.
Multiple.
All right, your multiple choice options are A, crash his car, B, shoot himself, C, hang himself, or D, take sleeping pills.
So there's that scene where he gets out of a car crash,
Hmm.
and I think this is probably for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of want to use the second repeat of the options.
Okay.
Repeat the options again, please.
Okay. Your options are A, crash his car, B, shoot himself, C, hang himself, or D, take sleeping pills.
Yeah, I don't. It's between two, and the car crash I remember is a thing. So.
Yeah, it's not the pills thing, right? So I don't think.
No, that's the other one I was thinking, but I don't think that's it.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Car crash. Final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
Yeah.
And your final question. Who plays Senior Vice President of the Marshford Group? Sorry. Who plays Senior Vice President of the Marshford Group, Britt Stevenson, in Saw 5?
Julie Benz.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Julie Benz. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Good job, man.
All right, Kirk. So after that, I have Annexation of Puerto Rico getting their score up to 13. The Future remaining at 8. Is that what you have?
That's what I have.
All right, then we will be bringing the wheel back in for the Future's first spin.
At least that's gone, Joseph. It's okay.
The Future,
Yeah.
your spin, and you land on the category of drama. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I feel good about like the rest of this wheel. Do we want to try and go for like Oscars? Because if we can keep this is like fine, but like this is just the broadest we can get of a category.
Yeah, we have we're behind by 5
We
points.
just need 5 to tie. So
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Let's spin again because we
All
can.
right.
There's
Yeah.
more for us that we can do really good at. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. Let's go again.
All right. Then you must keep whatever you land on for the second spin. And you land on the category of 2010s.
Okay.
All right. Stop sharing the wheel. Gonna exit out of the wheel. I will be giving your questions the Future in the category of 2010s. Are you prepared?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Your first question in the category of the 2010s. Which 2010s film features a scene where the main character is stuck in a nightmare at their own trial where they vomit bullets when they try to speak?
Not ringing any bells to me. What about you?
Me neither.
Let's go multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options. Is it A, Blind Spotting, B, Queen and Slim, C, Sorry to Bother You, or D, Widows?
It's Blind Spotting.
Go for it.
I forgot about that scene. Blind Spotting. Final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
It's been a while.
Your second question. Who directed The Sisters Brothers?
That's Audiard. Jacques Audiard, is it not?
I actually don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it's the Amelia Perez guy.
Okay.
So how do I say his name?
I also don't remember that.
I'm going to say Jacques Audiard. Final answer.
I think we can accept that for 2 points.
Thank you.
Your third question. In Beasts of the Southern Wild, the island that Hush Puppy lives on is named after which household item?
Don't remember.
Yeah, me neither. So let's go multiple choice.
Yeah, let's go multiple choice.
Multiple choice, please.
Your multiple choice options. Is it A, fridge, B, bathtub, C, sink, or D, oven?
So when you put island at the end of any of those, which one sounds the most plausible?
I was leaning towards teach,
Okay.
but I'm not confident. Let's use a repeat of the options.
Repeat the options, yeah.
All right, that is
The
your
options,
first.
please.
That is your first repeat of the options. Is it A, fridge, B, bathtub, C, sink, or D, oven?
Fire also stands out to me, but if you still feel good about teach, we can run teach.
It does.
5, 4.
Yeah, let's go.
3.
Let's go with fire. C. Final answer.
Final answer.
C is incorrect. Annexation, a chance for a 1 point steal. Is it A, fridge, B, bathtub, C, sink, or D, oven?
No clue. I've never seen this.
Oh.
What speaks to you? I kind of want to say oven.
Okay, I mean, I think it'd be something wacky like oven or bathtub. I think I have no idea. I saw the movie once. Not long ago.
5,
Right. Do you want to go with Oven?
3.
Oven, final answer.
E, final answer.
That is unfortunately incorrect. We were looking for B, bathtub.
Ah,
Sorry,
damn.
Joseph.
All right.
Don't regret next time. Don't listen to me.
Your penultimate question in the category of the 2010s.
Okay.
How does Howard, played by John Goodman, die in 10 Cloverfield Lane?
Oh. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Does he get outside and the thing gets him?
I don't think so.
Should we go multiple to be safe?
Yes.
2.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice, please.
Your multiple choice options, is it A, shot, B, burned alive, C, stabbed, or D, dissolved by chemicals?
Okay, it's Minotaur.
I was going to say
Yes.
that sounds almost right.
All right. D, as in John Good, final answer.
That is unfortunately incorrect. Annexation, a chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, shot, B, burned alive, C, stabbed, or D, dissolved by chemicals?
Shot was my initial thought. Do
Okay. I mean, burned alive was my thought, but then I don't.
you want to go with you?
Do you know? I don't. Do you have any inkling?
Shot was the first thing I thought of, but
Okay.
my instinct.
No, I trust you for this
4,
one. Sure.
3.
Shot, final answer.
That is unfortunately incorrect. We were looking for B, burned
Yeah.
alive.
I gotta go with
Ah.
you. You're taking the lead. in this
All
one.
right,
That's
All right.
I know how that feels right now.
And the future, your final question in the category of 2010s.
Okay.
In Where'd You Go, Bernadette? Where does Bernadette go on her own, which was originally planned as a family vacation?
No clue.
I don't know
All-
this.
that would be all you. I have not seen
It-
Where'd You Go.
I haven't seen it either, so let's go multiple choice.
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options. Is it A, Australia, B, Iceland, C, South Africa, or D, Antarctica?
Ashitaka rings a bell.
Yes, that's I was thinking Australia for
Yeah.
that one.
Okay.
Yeah, so
A.
let's go with Australia, final answer.
That is incorrect. Annexation, a chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, Australia, B, Iceland, C, South Africa, or D, Antarctica?
So Antarctica came out to my mind before the multiple choice happened.
Okay.
I remember it was an ice area.
Yeah, Iceland or that. So if you think it's Antarctica, I think we should go with. I want to go with you because I did. Yeah.
5.
Okay, Antarctica, final answer.
Antarctica is correct for 1 point.
Man.
Different A.
So, Kirk, after that, I have the future getting their score up to 11. Annexation with a steal getting their score up to 14. Is that what you have?
That is correct.
All right, but anything that happens, we move into round number 3, also known as the deep cut round. This is one of our rounds that is only in title matches. Before the match, teams gave each other, they both selected one film that they would answer deep cut questions from. They both watched the movies, they both took rigorous notes, and now they are going to answer questions from both films. The future brought Finding Nemo, and Annexation of Puerto Rico brought Demolition Man. We're going to answer those questions right now. Your first question in Finding Nemo. What does Dory guess the school of fish are when they're shaped like an octopus? Again, a childhood favorite of mine. I saw this one in the theater.
So did I. It's probably a little bit older than you.
Yeah, probably not a childhood favorite of yours. Is this one of the Pixar movies you like?
Yeah, I like this one. Yes.
Nice.
Solid.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Annexation. We'll start with you. What do you have?
Clam.
Hold it up.
Yep.
And the future. What do you have?
Clam.
Clam is correct. Both teams hitting that.
All right. Your first question in Demolition Man. While Lenina is watching archival footage of John, we see John led to the destruction of a mini mall that cost how much money in order to rescue a hostage?
This is a movie that I think is a lot of fun.
I have not seen this since it came out.
Oh, it rules. I also didn't get the joke of it's set in a like utopian future, and Sandra Bullock plays a character named Lenina Huxley, like Aldous Huxley, the author of Brave New World. Literature joke for all you smart ones. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Joseph will go to the future will go to you,
$7 million.
and we will go to annexation.
$7 million.
$7 million is correct. Both teams hitting that. As we head to your second question in the category of Finding Nemo, what is the name of the pelican who first tries to eat Marlin and Dory? Pelican is a fun word, fun name for an animal.
It is. Fun group of characters too. I like this.
Very true. Very true. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Annexation will go to you,
Gerald.
and we will go to the future.
Gerald.
Gerald is correct. Both teams hitting that.
Okay, your final question in the category of Demolition Man. Lenina tells John she learned how to kick by doing what specifically?
My favorite type of deep cut question where the players start writing the answer down before the question is even asked.
There are certain ones when you're taking notes for deep cut, you know this. There are certain things.
Oh yeah,
this is almost certainly going to be one of the questions.
I don't like answering deep cut questions. I love asking deep cut questions because it's just like at this point I know what I'm looking for. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Future will go to you.
Fun fact, he was apparently almost going to play Simon Phoenix, watching Jackie Chan movies.
And we will go to annexation.
Watching Jackie Chan movies.
Watching Jackie Chan movies is correct. So Kirk, after that, we have a full sweep of all deep cut questions from both teams. The future getting their score up to 19. Annexation of Puerto Rico ahead by a little at 22. But anything that happens, we move into round number 4, also known as the betting round. Competitors will answer 5 questions in 5 different categories. You will have the categories revealed to you one at a time. Once the category for the first question is revealed, teams will decide who is going to answer the first question. The second player, the player that did not answer that question, must take the next question, and so on and so on. You are allowed to bet for 0 to 2 points. It resets on questions 3 and 4, and teams can work together to confer on the last question. The category that teams can bet on for the first question is the 1980s. All right, bets are in. Annexation, who is taking it and for how much?
I am in for 1.
All right, and future, who is taking it and for how much?
I am taking it for 1 point.
All right, both going for 1. I'm going to write that on my board as I ask the first question in round 4 in the category of 80s. What 80s film is about an alcoholic Boston lawyer named Frank Galvin who gets his spirit back after working a medical malpractice suit? You were alive in the 80s.
I was.
Yeah. Banter's always a little tough in round 4, so I try to keep it minimal, but yeah.
Sure.
5, 4.
Can you repeat the question?
All right, that is Annexation's first repeat in the category of 80s. What 80s film is about an alcoholic Boston lawyer named Frank Galvin who gets his spirit back after working a medical malpractice suit?
Oh.
Seems like that repeat might have helped, Kirk. We will see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Annexation will go to you.
I forgot the verdict.
And we will go to the future.
One of the first R-rated movies I ever watched, The Verdict.
Ooh, the verdict is correct. Both players hitting that, bringing the score up to 23 to 20. As we head to your second question in round 4, in the category of drama. All right, bets are in. Coho, how much are you betting?
2.
And Robert, how much are you betting?
I'm betting 1.
All right, keep it. Yep, there we go. All right, Kirk, hit him.
Okay, category of drama. 1973's The Last Detail centers on 2 Navy soldiers escorting a young man where? And we'll set the general answer here.
general.
Do have to say that to the writer, whoever wrote this, it's Navy sailors, not soldiers of the Navy. But
That's a good point. I'll be honest, I wrote it, and as the son of a Navy sailor, I should be really ashamed.
don't tell Dad about that one.
I know. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down, Coho will go to you. What do you have?
Prison.
And we will go to Robert. What do you have?
I said home.
Prison is correct. So with that, we have a tie game of Annexation losing a point there, the Future gaining a point, all tied up 22 to 22. Guesses reset for this as we move on to your third question in the category of directors. All right, bets are in. Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
Bets are in. I'm starting with you. Annexation, who is taking it and how much?
Me and for 2.
And Future, who is taking it and for how much?
I will take it for 2 points.
All right. Your question in the category of directors, both teams taking it for 2. 2003's Basic is the most recent film directed by whom? You seen this movie, Kirk?
I've not.
Oh, let me tell you. The plot is anything but. You hold a gun up to my head and ask me, what is this movie about? I'm like, fuck. I just watched it and I'm not sure. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. David will go to you.
John McTiernan.
And we will go to Joseph.
Please come back, John McTiernan.
John McTiernan is correct. Both teams hitting that 24 to 24. So the next category that Coho and Robert must take is in the category of family. All right, bets are in. Coho, how much are you betting?
2.
And Robert, how much are you betting?
I'm a scaredy cat. 0.
0. Interesting. Okay, so stats only for Annexation, but Future could get a big lead here. Your question, Kirk, hit him.
Okay, question in the category of family. Who plays Mr. Myrtle, a former baseball player who owns the Beast in the Sandlot?
Awesome.
It's always the risk. Bet 0.
Awesome. Killing it today.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. We're actually going to start with Robert. Robert, we'll go to you.
Yeah, James Earl Jones.
And
Awesome.
we will go to Coho.
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones is correct. So with that, the Future is taking each lead. Annexation staying at 24. 24-26 is the score. Heading into the final question, teams can confer on this. The category is comedy. All right, bets are in. Annexation, how much are you betting?
2.
And the Future, how much are you betting?
Also 2 points.
Had a feeling. 2 points. Always fun when you get on the last question. Your question in the category of comedy. In The Hangover, where specifically is Chow when we see the trio first encounter him? Teams are talking. Need answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Annexation will go to you.
Trunk of a car.
And we will go to the Future.
Trunk of a car.
The trunk of a car is correct. So with that, heading into the final round, we have the Future at 28, Annexation just behind at 26. But anything can happen as we move into round number 5, also known as the final round, which is our Pick Your Poison round. Before the match, competitors went back and forth drafting categories that they would like to answer questions from. And now they will go back and forth once again drafting categories they would like to answer questions from right now. The categories that your competitors can draft tonight are scores and soundtracks, Oscars, 1970s, war, comic book movies, mystery thriller, action adventure, and 2010s. Your competitors will pick their categories right now. All right, your teams have chosen their categories. Annexation, we are going to start with you because you are behind. What would you like for your first question? For your one pointer.
Scores.
Scores and soundtracks.
Yeah.
All right, your 1 pointer in the category of scores and soundtracks. The song Take My Breath Away by Berlin was written for what film?
Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Yes. Sorry, I was thinking of other things. Yeah.
Top Gun.
Top Gun. Final answer.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, we are going to stick with you guys because you are still behind. What would you like for your 2 pointer?
War, right?
Yes. Let's do war. Yeah.
War.
All right. Your 2 pointer in the category of war. Downfall is set during what war?
Well, that's what World War II? It's Hitler, right? It's the Hitler movie.
I don't know this movie.
Oh shit! I think that's the Hitler one. Yeah.
You need a repeat, or do you just?
No. I think
Okay,
World War II. Final answer.
Yes, the movie with that meme of Hitler losing his shit.
Yes.
World War II is correct for 2 points.
Oh, cool. Good shit.
All right, so we that does send the future. That does send the game back over to the future. Future, what would you like for your 1 pointer?
Joseph, what do you want to do?
I was gonna say 70s.
I am very fine with that. Let's do 70s.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Future for 1 point in the category of the 1970s. Elliot Gould plays private detective Philip Marlowe in what 70s film?
The Long
Goodbye.
Yeah.
The Long Goodbye. Final answer.
That is correct for 1 point.
All right, tie game, but the future does have more questions. Future, what would you like for your 2 pointer?
I would say we take action here.
That's okay. That's okay with me.
Yeah. I feel better about us doing a 3 and 20 times.
Yeah, there. We
do
will
action.
take action adventure, please.
Okay. For 2 points, the category of action adventure. What 70s action film stars Bruce Lee, John Saxon, and Jim Kelly?
What was the last name? Sorry, Jim what?
Jim Kelly, I think, was the name.
Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly. Okay.
Is that Enter the Dragon?
That's my inclination too.
I don't know any other besides Enter the Dragon. So
I know a few, but let's go Enter the Dragon just because of the point value.
repeat the question.
All right.
Okay, that's your first repeat. Category of action adventure. What 70s action film stars Bruce Lee, John Saxon, and Jim Kelly?
Do you know who the other 2 people are?
John Saxon is the father in Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm okay with going.
Is he in Enter the Dragon?
I haven't seen it, but I think he's. I vaguely recall seeing him in some promotional video.
We'll just go with it.
Enter the Dragon.
Final answer.
Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
All right, sending the game back over to Annexation with the future taking the lead there. Annexation, what would you like for your 3 pointer?
Mystery thriller. Yeah, mystery thriller.
All right, your 3 pointer in the category of mystery thriller. In 1944's Laura, what does Detective Mark McPherson find in Laura's apartment that makes him believe the dead body was someone else?
I have no fucking clue. Asking about the 1940s movie. All right.
I've never seen this.
Great.
We should probably use a repeat.
Yeah, repeat.
All right, that is your second repeat. Category mystery thriller. In 1944's Laura, what does Detective Mark McPherson find in Laura's apartment that makes him believe the dead body was someone else?
What do you think? Cigarette lighter, purse? What do you want to do?
Yeah, purse or yeah, just go ahead. Purse. I have no idea.
Cigarette lighter. Final answer.
That is unfortunately incorrect. We were looking for a dress.
I mean,
address was what we were looking for. So with that, it all comes down to this. Annexation must hit their 4-pointer in the category of comic book movies to stay in the game. If they hit it, they send the game back over to the future to answer some more questions. If they miss it, the future wins the game and are still the champions. Annexation, your 4-pointer in the category of comic book movies, you still have 2 repeats. In Superman 3, what is the name of the company where Gus gets a job as a computer programmer?
Had to be a Superman 3 question.
Something tech or co or like a tech. He's using computers, right?
5,
Yeah.
3,
Repeat.
2. All right, that is your 3rd repeat. Category of comic book movies. In Superman 3, what is the name of the company where Gus gets a job as a computer programmer?
It's not made up. Is it made up? Is it a real company?
No, it's not a real company.
Shit. I don't know. I have no idea. Global Tech or something.
5, 4, 3, 2. All right, that is your final repeat in the category of comic book movies. In Superman 3, what is the name of the company where Gus gets a job as a computer programmer?
It has to do with the name of the guy, and I can't
right.
think of what it is.
Shit. Yeah.
5, 4.
I'm sorry, David.
3, 2.
Globotech, final answer.
And your winner, and still the Multiplex Movie Melee champions, the future. The answer we were looking for was Websco Industries. Websco Industries is what we were looking for. We're going to put everyone backstage as I talk with my co-host. Kirk, I think this was a really, really great match. Didn't maybe seem that way out of round 1. I think both teams were off to a very rocky start, but both teams hit their stride a little in round 2. The future pulling ahead there. Both did really, really well in round 3. But the round this is going to be brought that I think the story is about is round 4. Annexation losing 1 point on that question. Unfortunately, betting 0 on that family question. It's always risky to bet 0 in round 4 because they are always going to be round 1 level difficulty questions, and just couldn't quite catch up to the future in round 3, even though they did avoid the TKO. Kirk, what are your thoughts on tonight's match?
Yeah, like I said, like you said, it comes down to round 4. Just that betting round is so important. It's very difficult to know. You know, hindsight's 20/20, but in the moment, it's very hard to make those decisions. And sometimes I think anybody who's ever played a championship match and lost has kicks himself for something they did round 4, because it seems to really be the most impactful round. But both teams played great. It was close out of every round, tied at 1 point. And, it just came down to those last couple of questions, which were very difficult questions for Puerto Rico. But, future, again, just looking unstoppable, just doing enough every match to pull it out, doing what they got to do in clutch moments to pull out the win and keeping their streak alive.
Absolutely. I say we start right with post-match interview, starting with our unfortunate second-place finishers tonight. David Nishimoto, Robert Kastner, Annexation of Puerto Rico. Guys, I know coming down this close, probably not the best mood right now, but I think you guys played very, very well, handled your strength very well, sweeping round 3. Like I said, round 4, it's always risky. I know there's always like an anxiety-ridden round of like how much do you bet. Should I pass on certain questions? How are you feeling tonight?
Yeah, like I sold us in this one. I take full blame. There were 2 questions in round 2 I talked David out of. This is another thing, pardon my ignorance. I was unaware. Well, first, I had prison on the last detail and I erased it like a chump. And then excuse my ignorance, I was unaware that round 4 questions were round 1 level difficulty. I thought they were round 2 level difficulty. I had no idea. I mean, obviously I heard the questions beforehand, but I was scared, and I don't usually like to live in my fears. I usually like to bet in other leagues when betting is a thing, and I should have just done it. Not that it would have mattered. I sold on the Superman 3 question, which is the second time in this league on a 4-pointer I've missed the Superman 3 question. Nothing against Superman 3. Just, I haven't watched it in a minute. So this is on me. I'll take it. I'll wear it. David played really well all throughout. And yeah, so sorry, David. But we'll be back. I feel good.
Yeah, we've been back. No, man, I think we played very well in this game. Don't hang your head too, for this. I mean, it's hard when it's like you have a gut feeling, but you actually don't know for sure. So it's not really you talked me out of it. We just don't know. It's just really hard to make a decision 50-50 like that. So yeah, I mean, it's just that's round 4 too. Like we don't know what's gonna come, so it's hard to like bet. It's just difficult, but. Now we know what to expect, maybe sometimes. But for next time, we can prepare ourselves and just talk it out more. But yeah, I think overall, man, it was a fun time. We did great. They're a tough team to beat. So yeah.
Yeah, and kudos to Ko and Joseph. They got a hard 2010s, and a lot of steal opportunities. We were able to take the lead. I felt bad, like. The round 4 was where I was nervous, and I was right to be nervous because it's where the game flipped. And yeah, mystery thriller classics, comic movies. I've known Webco Industries in the past, and I just it's based on the dude's name. I remember that part. I just couldn't remember Robert Vaughn's stupid name, so that's my fault.
Yeah. Absolutely. I know you guys are going to be back and better than ever. When you guys do come back, is there any team in specific you would like to play?
Sexual chocolate.
Sexual chocolate. Okay. Always a team that's in the mix of callouts, but I love the attitude. I'm going to put you guys backstage as we talk with our winners tonight, the defending and record-tying Caleb Coho and Joseph Olivas, the future guys. A lot of this match you were playing from behind. Round 4, you guys bet in absolutely the right way at the best times. Navigated round 5 very well. How are you feeling tonight?
I feel good. I don't know. I think round 4 is the round every time that, like, for us, I think that's the round where we kind of look at each other. We're like, all right, make or break. Let's go. Let's get this in gear and run. And I think it's the round that we've performed the best in across all these title matches. Last time, I think our biggest problem was we took we got questions that the other one knew, and we weren't taking enough risks at the start of that round, and we were a little worried in the Avanti match. And I think today when that informed me when we were sitting there and it was my turn to bet, I was like, no, I'll just bet. I'm going to bet on myself right now. And if we lose, that's on me, but I'm going to bet on myself. And it ended up being the right choice both times, putting 2 down. So I feel good about myself today for that alone. But Joseph played freaking great. I love this man. This is the reason we have belts, is this computer next to me. And he's great. Not my best round 1, not my best round 2, honestly, not my best game. But I think we, like you guys said, we clutched up when it mattered, and that's how we were able to pull this one out. And man, Joseph's great. Also, for Robert, you can full offense. Superman 3 sucks. You are right. Hold it against that movie. That movie is bad. It is okay. That movie sucks. Fuck Superman 3. But yeah. Go ahead, Joseph.
Yeah, I was. There were a few questions in round 1 where I was kicking myself over not hitting because of a lot of the movies that were asked in round 1 were movies that I had seen, and that's annoying to me, not getting questions about movies that I've seen. Thankfully, Coho got a lot of them, and Coho was also mentioning that we were nervous about how the betting works with our categories, which is true. But in all fairness, that match that we had against the Avanti brothers was the best thing that I think we could have bet given what the questions were. So overall, we did really well with that. And Robert and David put the pressure where they needed to. It does feel good to finally be in the lead
was a
of
weird one.
round 5 once we go into round 5. So that made me feel a
It's our
little
first time doing it. Yeah, that was weird.
yeah, that made me feel a little relaxed, but also just wary because Robert and David are like great, so be ready for whatever polls that they come up with. And yeah, they're good with Saw. That's a little
They are.
scary.
Saw is awful, but congrats. I'm glad you guys like him and did well. I was sitting there like, ew.
So yeah, great game. Glad to hold the belts for another title.
This does bring an end to the Act 1 title picture, which means an entirely new title picture is starting up. We're at the beginning now. A lot of teams are in the mix. You have Jersey Boys. You have Law Deal. You have Realms Delight, the Delco Boys, Logjammers, The Conjuring, Judgment City, Avanti Brothers. Of those teams, is there anyone in specific you would like to play?
I'd like back to Formula, but that's not an option. So so that means of that group, like, look, I think all the teams in that could be here. Even Cody Newberry, who's going to be like, fuck you, that's not happening. But Cody Newberry could be in this position where we're playing him. And I don't take any of them lightly. And I respect all of them equally. If Judgment City comes back again, so be it. If Avanti comes back again, so be it. We'll go again, round 2. The round 2 I want is the fucking Jersey Boys. I need Igor and Dean to handle your shit, get to our match. Let's do this in 5 rounds and avenge that one bullshit fucking one on the record. I need to avenge that one because that's going to, us forever having the one is going to bug me until we beat them. So Jersey Boys, win this picture, get here, and then get ready for an ass whooping.
One more thing I want to thank. I implicitly did this on Facebook, but like Jason, I told you to put one battle after another on your top of the list, and you did, and it worked. So I do thank you. And also with competitors, I, for all time's sake, would dig a chance playing against Scott and Jacoby with Law Deal, or Payson and Brian with Logjammers.
That would be fun. I would love to play Brian in 5 rounds. UV Brian in 5 rounds would be fun. I want nothing to do with Payson Johnson. I never need Payson to sit across from me in a trivia match. But to play Brian again, that'd be fun.
A lot of preferences. Love that. I'm sure whoever is going to face you better be ready because I know you guys probably want to. You guys tied a record tonight. Probably want to break it. Going to put you guys backstage as I give final thoughts on tonight's match. Kirk, final thoughts. Koho mentioned something about Superman 3. No one should like Superman 3, and I agree because I think the only person that has the right to like Superman 3 is Michael Bolton from Office Space. But on behalf of Koho, on behalf of Joseph, on behalf of David, on behalf of Robert, on behalf of everyone here at Multiplex Movie Melee, I'm Payson the Cinemaster Johnson. That is Kirk Kolakowski. Have a great night.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
In case I don't see you.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.